In the heart of Nigeria, in a small but lively town called Oloren, lived a 12-year-old girl named Ifeananya. She was the only daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Okafor, a couple known for their wealth and high social status. However, despite their riches, they were careless parents, too busy chasing success to pay attention to their daughter. Ifeananya often found herself alone, longing for love and affection. But she never imagined that one day, her parents would forget her completely. It was a bright Saturday morning, and Ifeananya was excited. Her 12th birthday was just a day away, and for once, she hoped her parents would remember. She had reminded them several times, but they barely paid attention. "Ifeananya, go and play." "I'm busy," her mother, Chinelo, had said the last time she brought it up. Her father, Chief Okafor, was even worse. He was always in meetings, always talking on the phone, always working. The only person who truly cared for Ifeananya was her grandmother, Momankem. She was an old woman with a deep love for her granddaughter, but she lived in a village far away and only visited once in a while. The day before her birthday, Ifeananya overheard her parents planning a big party. Her heart swelled with joy. Maybe they do care after all, she thought. But when the party day came, everything changed. Tears welled up in her eyes as she looked around, trying to catch her parents' attention, but they were busy entertaining guests. No one cared. Hurt and abandoned, Ifeananya did something unexpected. She walked out of the party and disappeared into the night. No one noticed she was gone. Not for an hour. Not for two. Not until the party was over and people started leaving. Mrs. Okafor finally looked around and asked, "Where is Ifeananya?" Silence. They searched everywhere. The bathrooms, the parking lot, the hotel gardens, she was gone. Panic set in. Calls were made. The police were alerted. But Ifeananya was nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, Ifeananya wandered the dark streets of the city, tears streaming down her face. She had no money, no phone, and no idea where to go. The city was dangerous at night, and she knew it. Then, she heard footsteps behind her. She turned around and saw a group of street boys approaching. They looked rough, their eyes filled with mischief. "Hey, fine girl, where are you going alone?" One of them sneered. Fear gripped her. She ran. She ran as fast as her legs could carry her, but the boys chased after her. Just when they were about to catch her, an old man stepped out from the shadows. He carried a long walking stick and had piercing eyes that made the boys stop in their tracks. "Leave the girl alone," he commanded in a deep, authoritative voice. The boys hesitated, then slowly backed away before disappearing into the night. The old man turned to Ifeananya. "You should not be here, child. Where are your parents?" Tears poured down her cheeks as she whispered, "They forgot me." The old man, Boba turned, took her to his small home, a humble wooden shack in the slums. He gave her food and listened as she poured out her heart. "I want to go to my grandmother," she finally said. Boba nodded. The next morning, he gathered some money and put her on a bus to the village. Back in the city, her parents were in distress. Days passed, and Ifeananya was still missing. The police had no leads. Then, a call came. It was Momankem. "She is safe," the old woman said. "But she does not want to come back." The Okafors rushed to the village, expecting Ifeananya to run into their arms. But she did not. She sat beside Momankem, her eyes cold. "You forgot me," she said. "Not just at the party, but every single day." Her parents pleaded, promised to change, swore they loved her. Momankem looked at them sternly. "Do you even know your own daughter? Do you know her favorite color? Her favorite food? Her dreams?" Shame washed over the Okafors. They realized they did not know their daughter at all. Momankem sighed. She will stay with me for a while. Maybe then, you will understand what it means to be parents. The Okafors left the village, broken and regretful. For the first time, they felt the emptiness of a house without their child. Weeks passed. Months. They tried to visit, but Ifeananya refused to see them. One day, Chief Okafor sat alone in his big mansion, staring at his daughter's childhood drawings. Tears filled his eyes. They had lost her, not to death, but to their own carelessness. Would they ever get her back? Only time would tell. A child's love is precious, but once broken, it is not easily repaired. Some wounds do not heal with apologies alone. Ifeanyanya's parents had forgotten her, but in doing so, they had also lost themselves.